All right. Good evening, team. It is Monday, August 16th. My name is Dee Corchin, and glad you are joining us for team time tonight. If you're new to our team, welcome. We've had a lot of coaches coming on board in the month of August, so we are glad you made this decision to join us. And whether you've been coaching for a day or many years, we are a team, and together we are achieving a lot and doing a lot of great things. And so we always have a few minutes as everybody's logging in, do some inspiration. And I wanted to share with you just a bit, just not going to read the whole thing, but a bit from a letter, an email that I got from Nick Johnson that was sent to the fully integrated business leaders as a follow-up to convention, and just wanted to share his thoughts and kind of where we're going as an organization, because I thought you'd find it very interesting. So it's a hello, fully integrated business leaders. It's been 2 weeks since we came together to celebrate Optavia Convention 2021, and I must admit I am already missing all of you. This is from Nick Johnson, our president. I left convention with an overwhelming feeling of gratitude, with my batteries fully recharged, and I, like you, are ready to meet the incredible opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. Please allow me to share some of my thoughts and feelings coming out of convention, as well as some reflections on the next stage of the journey. The company has only one channel now, Optavia. So for those of you that don't know, when I came to Optavia, there were 4 channels. People could still call Medifast Direct and order directly or go to medifast.com. There were Medifast weight loss centers. There was, trying to think of what the third one was. There was us as direct sales. It might have been a health professional channel as well. I'm trying to remember. There were 4, but now they have put all of their energy just into Optavia. So one channel now, which is an indication of internal transformation. He says, yes, we're transforming, but we are not done yet. We can and will become better in all areas of corporate fitness, but to do this, we must grow. Growth provides the company with the additional resources needed to fully invest and further invest in our transformation. Let's continue to partner together, both the field and the company, with a growth mindset, a mindset of abundance, and create an even brighter future for those who have yet to experience what Optavia has to offer. We demonstrate the commitment of our mission of Optavia through action. We pay it forward with earnestness and grace. We take pride in our work, yet we serve others humbly. Nonetheless, we are bold when setting goals, and we take our responsibilities seriously. Our growth is dramatically changing lives throughout the world, and Optavia, and while we're doing that, Optavia will invite and realize there'll be challenges and obstacles. They are happening for us and for a reason. They can either be the refiner's fire, which makes us stronger, or they can be the excuse. They can either make us unbreakable, or they can break us. Fortunately, this is a choice we get to make as a team. Many on the outside expect us to stumble and fall and not pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start running again. Some believe operational challenges could actually weaken our resolves. But what I experienced at Optavia Convention, however, leads me to believe that this group will not be deterred by the obstacles in our path. Instead, what I heard from you and the thousands of your coaches in attendance was a reaffirmation of the hopes, dreams, and convictions of a community that confronts each and every challenge with passion, purpose, and grit. So he's saying our goals are big and audacious, and to accomplish them, we need everyone to strive for new heights, to summit new peaks, and to bring others with them on the journey. Are we ready for the big leagues, or are we satisfied playing minor league ball? Our goals demand us to play on a bigger stage, and I believe we are on the verge of a massive breakthrough if we decide to lean into the temporary discomfort of the obstacles we face. He says lots of wins are coming. Fuel lanes are back in stock. We're back to 1 to 2 day fulfillment turnaround times and more. I'm confident in our bright future. In fact, I'm convinced of this. With this in mind, now is the time to send a strong signal to your team. How? By taking massive action. Your corporate partners have your back. So I think that's just really awesome to hear from our corporate partners, how much they believe in us, how much they believe in this company. And really just, I want to commend you guys again. We definitely had some slippery slopes during our shipping challenges, and we're all loving the fact that things are turning around, and just encourage us all just to continue to grow with abundance. And just a reminder of all that is happening for us right now. We've got our community calls Monday nights at 8 p.m. They're going to do tips for energy optimization. And our coach community call is 8:30. And tonight, you guys, the topic is the top 10 strategies for attracting and acquiring new clients. So that'll be a great one to be on. A reminder, if you have new coaches coming on this month for the next 3 weeks, there is new coach training on Wednesday nights. Last week was wonderful. It was at 9 o'clock. It's Wednesday nights at 9. And then they are also offering Thursday nights, like we did our own transformation business webinar last Thursday. The field is doing ones the next 3 Thursday nights at 9, and I will post that. And shout out in the comments again if you like the one that we did last Thursday with the stories from our team, Frank and Shauna and Alona and Meredith Ray. That was awesome. So thank you for all you did for that. And the business builder bonus, the new coach incentive, the trip with Dr. A and Dan Bell. There's just so much happening. All of that is in your emails and posted in our Coaches Opt for Change. So I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a little bit like we've been doing a lot of training. You know, we've got 67 of us on tonight. Thank you for being here. Last week, we were running a full load with our sponsoring boot camp. We had the webinar on Thursday night. Saturday started the fundamentals training. So tonight we thought we would mix it up and try something a little different. You know, we are all different kinds of learners. And sometimes sitting behind a big screen, kind of hidden, it's easy to get distracted. We don't retain as much. And some of us are more active learners by engaging with our fellow teammates. So we thought we would just give it a whirl tonight and try some breakout rooms. Give me like a 1 in the chat if you've ever been on a call, a Zoom with some breakout rooms, and if you've done this before. Yeah, so some of us have. Excellent. Look at all that coming in. Well, this should be fun. Lisa Bloom is going to help me with facilitating this, but basically we're going to break up 2 times in this. We are going to break up 2 times into groups of 4. There might be 1 or 2 groups that have more of that. We're going to do our best to see how this cooperates with us. And so the first one is just going to be kind of a test run to see how things go. And Lisa's going to describe that in a minute. And then when we come back, we'll regroup for a minute. We'll all come back into this room. Zoom will prompt you with what to do. You'll get a thing that'll say, you know, to accept and to go into your room. And then it'll click that the timer's running out and it'll bring you back. Here, we'll regroup and then we will break again and we'll have another question. The second time you break, you will be with a different group. So Lisa, do you want to kind of take on the instructions right now? And hopefully you're on. If you're on you are in a place where you could put your video on, that would be great. If you're on your phone, it should be okay. We're experimenting with it. And somebody just said I might not be able to participate. I'm in an airport. Just do your best as it suits you. We know that we're navigating a lot here.
Yeah. Thanks, Dee. Yeah, you guys do the best you can. If you can turn on your video, you will be put into breakout rooms kind of randomly. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you some instructions. I'm going to tell you what you're going to talk about in the first breakout. And when you get to the breakout, typically everybody kind of looks at each other and says, where do we go? Okay, so here's the thing. In your first breakout, the person with the shortest hair is going to go first. Okay. So if you have the shortest hair, you go first. And the first breakout is really about introducing yourself. Okay. Talk about where you live, how long you've been coaching, what's your Optavia story, right? A little bit, and why you love Optavia and why you chose to coach. So we'll need somebody else who's not speaking to kind of keep track, because you are going to have about 2 minutes for each person to tell your Optavia story. And then as the time winds down, you're going to get a pop-up in the breakup room that's going to say you've got X number of minutes left or seconds left. And so you're going to want to wrap up, because it's going to automatically bring you back to the big room when the breakout is done. Okay. So if you have any questions or concerns, kind of put them in the chat right now. Driving and can't, please don't turn on your video while you're driving. So it's okay if you can't have your video on. It's better if you can, but if you can participate, we'd love for you to just participate even without your video if you can't have it on. So, all right.
So we're going to give this, we're going to give it 9 minutes, I'm going to say, with an expectation that you would spend about 60 seconds to 60 to 90 seconds going over your story. And looks like some rooms are breaking up. They've got 3 in them and some have 4. So we should have plenty of time. So fingers crossed. Here we go. You guys ready? Feel like we're going on a ride. Here we go.
Here we go. Bye, everybody. See you.
Bye. All right. Christy, did you get a message?
I joined just as you were talking about
Okay.
So I may not have gotten anything. I couldn't get on. I was trying for 7 minutes.
Let me see if I can assign you to one. Okay. I'm going to assign you one right now.
No problem.
Okay. I think that should work. Okay. And if you were listening to the recording of this, the group is broken up into subgroups. So what they're doing is introducing themselves to each other and whatnot. Let me just text real quick to see if I can get these. There she is. Yeah, I didn't expect that, Lisa. That was funny. I was like, uh-oh, she went off to her room.
I know, too funny. I texted you and everybody was like, oh, you weren't gone for long because I was saying goodbye. And I said, I don't think I'm supposed to be in a room. So
yeah, so I made you co-host. I'm surprised that it took you out with it. But so next time it'll probably do the same thing, just bounce out. But yeah, everybody went. One person got kind of stuck and then I was able to assign her to a room. So so for anybody who's watching this recording, this is new for us, but Lisa, you want to just kind of share basically they were doing an introduction, why, like what your Optavia story, what are you most excited about with Optavia?
Yeah. So I have been a coach just over 3 years, and I came to coaching as both a coach and a client in the same day. I actually came to Optavia for the coaching opportunity, really wanted something of my own that I could do kind of on my own terms, set my own schedule, and started it alongside my full-time job, fit it into really the nooks and crannies of my day, and then kind of saw what was possible and decided that I would replace my corporate income with it, and left my corporate job about 1.5 years into coaching. So now I'm 1.5 years out from that and have never looked back. And the thing about Optavia is what I discovered, right? So I don't have a weight loss story, but I definitely have a health story, because when I came to coaching, D is my coach, and we agreed that an important thing for me to do would be to experience the program, because from an integrity standpoint and also from a health standpoint, because I was the one that would starve myself all day and fill up on coffee and then stand in the pantry and eat Thin Mints and Pringles. Not a great situation. So I did the program, lost about 7 pounds, and really discovered the beauty of balanced blood sugar, the beauty of eating every 2 to 3 hours. I got leaner and I felt better, started to sleep better. Now, I know the benefit of it. And so it helps me to coach my clients a little better around what's important. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really excited with Optavia. I've grown in ways that I never imagined. I'm excited for the future. I'm really excited that shipping times have reduced.
Yes.
Still seeing some dented boxes, but it's okay. We're dealing with that.
Getting better.
Getting better. Yeah.
Well, it's exciting. And what a great testimony, Lisa, that it is a health program. So as we're thinking about people in our world, we can help. You did not need to lose weight, but you certainly could use those habits of health. And it's been fun to see that transformation in you and then the number of people you're helping.
Yeah.
And for those that are watching that, if you don't know me, my name is Dee Korchin, and I've been coaching 10 years, if you can believe it, and came to Optavia for the business, but did need to lose weight. And so I lost about 17 pounds, but I would say the 17 pounds I lost 10 years ago by following these habits of health and everything I've learned in the 10 years, I'm in better shape physically, mentally, and financially 10 years later by being a coach. So my biggest excitement is being able to share this with others, because I know that I was impacted on all 3 levels. So if I can help anybody engage at any level that serves them, but hopefully all 3, that is what I'm most passionate about. So, it's what makes the difference for me, why I love coming together with our team on Monday nights, and just doing what I can to support the growth of the team.
So Dee, I'm curious, what would you say to a brand new coach who has just come to Optavia, and we've sponsored some a lot of new coaches this month. So what would you say has been kind of the biggest shift in you in terms of seeing what's possible and then growing your business to the level it's at today?
I think the business grows with you. I mean, who I was and what I thought I wanted 10 years ago is not at all what it looks like now. And one of the best quotes I've heard was actually from a coach on our team, that she said, you go as far as you can see, and then you can see further. And so often we see that with our clients, right? With weight loss. Like, how often do you hear them say, well, I'd be happy with 20 pounds down would be great. 30 would be ideal, but all they can see is 20, right? So I say, well, let's do 20 and then we'll see where you go. Well, that's kind of what it was for me. It was just, all I wanted to make was $1,000 a month. That was my goal. Well, when I saw that, then I thought, well, I could do more than that. You know what I mean? And it just grew from there. So I think it's give yourself permission to dream bigger, to challenge yourself, to keep going next level, but also be willing to, it requires the work and the consistency and being able to work through the disappointments, that are going to be inevitably, it's going to happen in any career, but it seems like we're more sensitive to it in entrepreneurship. We can get into the negative voices that, oh, I must not be good at this, or whatever the nonsense is we tell ourselves.
Yeah. It's so true. I mean, we're dealing with people, right? And there's nothing typical about any individual person. And so we have to kind of meet people where they are and be on our journey with them and partner with them. And remember that we're here for the relationships, right? And to help people. And I think I love hearing what you said about sort of going as far as you can and then seeing it bigger, because I remember when I first became a coach thinking, okay, 5 people, I can help 5 people, right? We get that client acquisition bonus, $100, $100 is $100. I'm like, okay, I'm going to help 5 people. And that was, I was determined to do that. I had the number 5 written everywhere in my house.
We love coaches like you, Lisa Bloom. We love coaches like you.
Just 5 people. I can help 5 people.
I can help 5 people. Yeah.
Well, and I think what stands out to me the most is I remember calling a dear friend and actually a family member, my brother's ex-wife. So a former sister-in-law that I keep in touch with and whom I still love. And I called her and she said, Lisa, you have no idea. I was just sitting here with books and research and internet and was trying to find a solution because I just feel terrible. I know I want to get healthier and I don't know how to do it. And you were like an answer to my prayer. So.
Well, that's, we'll talk about that when everybody comes back, is that we get in our own head about reaching out to people. What will they think? Will I possibly insult them? Well, what will they think about me? But yet here was somebody who was on the other end of that you didn't know that she was. Right.
No idea. She kind of came across my mind and I thought, I wonder if she would like to hear about this. I haven't talked to her for a long time. I'm excited that I started this health coaching gig. I wanted to tell the world about it. And I thought, I'm going to call her. I was in the car where I do some of my best work, as you know.
Yeah.
I called her. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, what are you doing? Well, I'm a health coach now. Tell me about that. And then it led to, this was the answer to my prayer. Yeah. So powerful.
That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I remember watching a woman on stage and it was a similar situation and she was large. She had probably over 100, 150 pounds to lose. And her coach had called her and said, I don't know if you would be interested in this or not, but I feel like I need to share it with you. And it radically changed her life physically. And then through the business side of it, radically changed her life, financially. So you just never know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know people are coming back in about 8 seconds. And so for the second time, I don't think we have 12 minutes to give them, Dee. How long are we
so because we'll talk quickly. So time is up for the 9 minutes. Do you want to close all breakout rooms? Yes. We'll bring everybody back.
It's showing me that too as the co-host.
Okay, cool. Welcome back, you guys.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. So what are you thinking, Dee, for this next round? Maybe 7 minutes?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
We'll do 7.
Okay.
We'll do it a little quicker. A little more speed round.
It's like speed dating.
Speed dating. So those of you guys coming back, drop in the chat if you had a little fun with that, if you're feeling energized, maybe met somebody you didn't know. Awesome.
What was it like to tell your story?
Speed date again. We could just speed date again with the next group. All right. Loved it. You guys love the connection. Awesome. Good.
Yeah,
So fun to meet other people on the team. Excellent.
It's sort of like an in-person event on Zoom, right? We get little sidebar chats going on.
Yeah. So we've got the group coming back in. I'm just waiting for one thing, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing this as people are coming back in. Thanks for being good sports and playing with us. One thing that was brought up in the new health coach training last week, and also brought on the fundamental skills training, is the importance of us having a list, and having a list of people that, all the people that we know, but the people that are number one on the list are people that are on our heart. They are, for whatever reason, they are people that have come to mind. Maybe we've talked to them about weight loss before, or we know they're looking for a new job or a new business opportunity or something like that. We all have somebody on our heart. So, but sometimes it gets a little sticky. We're not sure what to say or do when we reach out to them. So Lisa, if you would take 1 second and just repeat to me what you said about your sister-in-law, Dawn, and then give the instructions for what we're going to do in this. And we will move a little bit quicker on this one to be
okay, sure. Yeah, you guys. So I, when I became a coach, I was so excited, wanted to tell everyone what I was doing. And my sister-in-law, Dawn, kind of came across my mind, and I thought, I'm just going to give her a call. And we hadn't talked in a long time. We caught up. And of course it led to, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing? And I said, I was a health coach. And she said, I was just sitting here looking at books and the internet and trying to find a solution. I know I need to get healthier and I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. And you are the answer to my prayer. And she came on program, had great results, ended up becoming a coach. And it was just truly, it was like, gosh, I should call Dawn. It was like an inspired moment, and I did it, and it paid off for her, especially.
Awesome.
So yeah. So you guys in the breakout room. So think about those people that are coming to your heart and talk about how you want to approach them. It's important to put to practical use. Like, we can make lists all day long and then be in our heads and say, oh, I want to talk to this person. But when you speak out loud to someone, here's who I want to talk to and why I want to talk to them, and here's what I'm going to say. That's really powerful. So that's what we want you to use the next, about 7 minutes, right? Go around, speed dating around, and talk about who you want to talk to, what you're going to say to them. And if you get all the way around, go to the next person on your list and start to practice what you're going to say to them.
And it looks like I can keep the rooms the same. So since you guys know each other already, you kind of bonded a little bit. We're just going to go back into our same rooms, so that since you know each other, and then there'll be who's on your heart, and then how could you reach out to them? Jennifer, did you have a question?
Was it to reach out as a coach or as a client potential?
Either one.
Either one.
Okay. Thank you.
Either one. Yeah. So we've got 7 minutes, you guys. So here we go again. Okay. So good. So did you just not accept?
I just popped out as soon as as soon as you bumped me in. Okay. So it looks like we've got a couple people that didn't get into a room.
Let's see. Unassigned. Uh-oh, friends, you don't have rooms. Were you in other rooms before?
I was in a room, and my Wi-Fi, we've got rain that's coming in, so I lost internet.
Okay.
So I had to turn my hotspot on and get reconnected. And so this is me coming back.
Okay, let me get you into one of the smaller rooms, okay?
I was in with, yeah.
It's Chrissy. I had to join late. Sorry.
Okay, Chrissy, I'll put you in a room as well, okay?
Maybe put her in 6 where I bumped out of, if you can.
Okay.
Because I only had 3 people in there.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, I figured since they would, continue to, they don't have to go through the intros with that. So,
yeah.
So who is on your mind, Lisa?
Oh gosh. You know what? I didn't even prepare for this, Dee, but I got to think about it. So there is someone that actually I've talked to fairly recently. He has a significant amount of weight to lose. And we did kind of a health assessment, and he sort of backed away, right, because of cost. And I'm staying in his world and reaching out to him occasionally, but he's really been on my mind and on my heart because he has kind of a similar profile to people that I've coached in the past and people that I've cared about. And so I really want to reach back to him and try to sort of reawaken him to the program and what's possible for him. And it's hard, right? Because he's a good friend, and I don't want to kind of overstep. I don't want to bug him, all the things we all worry about, being salesy and all those things. But he's married and has his wife brought 3 boys to the marriage, and they had another boy together. So he is on the younger side, and he's concerned about his long-term health, right? And my story, like, I don't want anybody to live what I lived, losing my husband at a young age because he didn't take care of his health. So I've been thinking about him and trying to think about how I want to approach him. And I think, part of it is just kind of getting back in there. They just got 2 new puppies. So right around the time he was seeming ready to pull the trigger and we were back and forth, his dog died. And this was a very beloved member of the family. And now they have 2 new puppies and things are fun. And so I know he wants to stay active. So I'm thinking I'm going to reach back out and just say, how's it going? You've been kind of doing this on your own now. What kind of results are you getting? And can we just talk, because I care about you and I know this could work. And he knows my history as well. And so we have that connection. So I really want to just reach out to him. I don't know. Do you have any suggestions about how to kind of open that door?
Well, I think exactly what you said. How long has it been since you've talked to him or messaged him?
A couple weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably 2 weeks. Mm-hmm.
It's been about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably circle back towards the end of the month and just say, you know what, I have a lot of people that are stepping forward in their health right now. The change of seasons, you've been on my mind again. Just curious if you've given it more thought, and what would hold you back from doing this is a good question, because you could find out, like, if this could be what could change your life, what would hold you back from doing it? To see if you can find out what the reason is.
Yeah, I love that question. I think that's a great question for someone who's thinking about being a client, as well as someone who's thinking about being a coach. If this could change your life, what would hold you back? I love that.
And then when they say that, a good question is if they say, well, it's really, at least it's really the money, the X amount per month or whatever is too much. A next question would say, well, if it wasn't for the money, what would it be? Anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Roman Crosby, let's see.
Yeah.
Bologna.
We've got some renegades coming in here.
Yeah, coming in late. I'm just going to bounce her in the room. Let's see. Looking for a smaller room. Only like 2 minutes left. Let's assign the room one. There she is. Put her in there. See what happens. Well, I am, as a coach for 10 years, we have to keep our list going all the time. So it is actually time for me to freshen up my list. But I will say, with the business builder promotion and the trip, it got me thinking again and reaching out. So I will say, I'm very happy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people that I actively reached out to. Even if I had been talking to them already, I actively reached out to. There's been somebody from my church that I really would like to connect with him about it, but I know he just started a new venture, but I also know he knows a lot of people. So I reached to him, we messaged, he always likes my pictures and all that stuff. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, I just appreciate your feedback on my convention pictures. We're actually in expansion mode right now. Just curious if you might know people in your world that might be a fit for what we do as coaches. And so we're Zooming tomorrow, and I really just going to kind of figure out more about what he does as well. He may or may not be looking, but then I'm going to he knows a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So my message is going to be, we are in expansion mode as second fastest growing company in the United States, #1 health and wellness. Who do you know that might be looking to make additional income? Who do you know that might be looking to make some supplemental. So, and I haven't done that kind of thing in a while, but it felt really good to do it. And he was like, actually, I have a couple of people in mind. I would like to hear more about it. So we're going to meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think
I
it's
love that
taking
question.
action. It's an inspired thing. I haven't, honestly, for a long time, I kind of was starting to clam up a little bit and not doing those kind of, especially even networking reaches. But quite frankly, he's on my list as well. So I will at some point say, what about you? You know, I don't know if he's looking for anything or not, but
Yeah.
but
I love
just
that
paid
question.
attention.
And you know, who do you know, right? Because we know so many people in our world, and whether or not they're interested, everybody knows somebody. Who does not know somebody that doesn't, you know, want to make extra income or level up their health?
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
Exactly. All right. I'm going to close these rooms, bring everybody back for a minute.
You're going to tell everybody to watch the recording, right? Because
Yeah. All right. We are coming back in. Missed you guys. It's kind of, it was like you have to come back and you're going to have to watch the recording, because it was like, Lisa and I are just the co-host on the show and it's recording. So somebody who's watching this recording will get that. But we covered some key things because we answered the questions ourselves and gave some tips about, like, especially at the end, about who we were reaching out to and how we were doing that. So thank you again. How did it feel being more in that that environment again and starting to take it next level? Did you like it? Excellent. Excellent. This is what I love with this team, is that you guys are willing to pivot. You're willing to try new things, right? That's how we learn. That's how we grow. That's how we continue to progress together. So well done. So for staying together, it's not something we'll do all the time, but I wanted to play with it. I felt like we had been kind of heavy on the intense training for a while. So this was a way that we could lighten it up a bit, but still serve that true purpose of what this call is for, which is for us and for connection and for community. So thank you guys for being a part of it. It is 8 o'clock. So I want to give, or 7:59, I want to give you the opportunity. All the numbers for the following calls are coming up. So the client community call, 8 p.m., the coach community call, top 10 strategies to acquire and attract clients. And then Dan Bell, who is our integrated presidential, has an interactive coach call at 9 p.m. So Mondays are long, but it's, you know, it's definitely a way that we can learn and grow and develop. So thank you. Thank you to Lisa Bloom for being our host. Like I said, come back and watch the recording. We were the co-hosts behind the scenes. We kept the conversation flowing while you guys were gone. Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Bye.